So you're ready to buy a new home or you're considering buying a home internationally, meaning outside of the US or outside of your native country. I'm going to share with you in this video payment options or payment plans that you can get through developers where you're ending and you're not having a 30-year mortgage. If you are from the US, normally we typically have a 30-year mortgage, sometimes a 15-year mortgage, or some investors pay full cash for properties in the U.S. But it's typically the 30-year mortgage. So I'm going to share with you in this video the options that you have to pay for properties during the build process of the home so that when the build is done, you don't have a 30-year mortgage. So for those of you that don't know me, I'm Knifie Burks. I'm an international real estate consultant. I am traveling the world now sharing properties with you internationally. I am currently in Playa del Carmen for 6 months. I'll be sharing properties with you here, sharing tours for you through the streets of Playa del Carmen so you'll know what to look for, how far certain properties are from the beach. So make sure you're following me. Next, I'm going to be going to Costa Rica, Panama, Dominican Republic, Thailand, and Bali. So make sure you're following me. Also, I have properties and partners in different areas, Ghana, Dubai, and Dominican Republic. So I want to make sure you're following me so that you don't miss any of the properties that I share. All right, so this is the first example. This is an example of a new build property that's here in Playa del Carmen. Now, I'm going to go over the full brochure in another video because it'll be too long if I do this, and I want this to be solely focused on your payment options. So with this one, this properties, they have properties that start as low as $180,000 here in Playa del Carmen. They have some that start at 172,000 in Tulum. So normally what you'll see is a down payment. Of course, that's normal. It's a little bit higher when you're getting a new development property outside of the US. So it is 30% down for this one. And then during construction, you're going to have to pay 40%. They break that up into monthly payments. So if you are getting a property now and it's being built for 2 years, they're going to break that up over those years or over a certain amount of months. So it just depends on which property you choose and which developer you go with when you're here. But they will give you, before you're going under contract, they'll let you know, okay, these are your this is your down payments. Just like when you're getting a mortgage in the US, you're going to know up front for the most part, you're going to know up front what you're going to have to pay. So it's going to be the 30% down, 40% during construction, which will be broken up into monthly payments. And then at the end, upon delivery, it's going to be 30% the balance of 30% that you're going to have to pay at closing when they're delivering the property to you. But this is what some US buyers have been doing. At the end, upon delivery, a lot of US buyers, if you have equity in your home or if you're selling a home, they take that 30% from that equity of their US home, like get a home equity line of credit, take the 30% from there, or they will sell that home and use that to pay the 30%, especially if they're moving here and they just want to sell that property. So that's what most people have been doing. Well, not most people, but a lot of people at the end. And then we also have, so this one is Playa del Carmen, where I'm located. The next one, this one is in Ghana. So this one is, and this is example that I'm going to give you. I'm not going to go through all of them because, like I said, I'm going to do separate videos on each property so you'll have the full details. But this one, for example, is a studio apartment, $45,000. You would have to put, so this one, it's a little different. So this one, you have to put up a reservation fee. So when you're writing that contract, it's similar to in the US, when you're writing your contract, you have to put escrow. You have to put your escrow deposit. up front when you're writing that contract or within a few days of writing that contract. This one is similar. You have to do that $3,000 reservation fee. Their initial commitment is 20%. The other one, like this one, the initial commitment, the down payment was 30%. So it's different for each builder, but they give you all of these numbers up front. So if you're paying it outright, this one gives you a discount, 3% discount of the total balance. So you're paying $40,740 versus the 45,000. And then you can spread it out. This one gives you multiple payment options. So if you're going to do a 6-month payment plan, $5,600 per month, 12-month payment plan, $2,800 per month, 18-month payment plan, $1,866, and 24 months, $1,400. And the funny thing is, these numbers per month are some of our rent in the U.S. Like I just recently left Tampa. Rent there was between 2 and 3,000 in some places. So these 1,866 and 1,400 is these are amazing numbers for you to own a home or to own a property overseas that is going to be debt free by the time it's built. So that's the difference in the payment options in the two places. So it's like I said, it's different. If you have a specific country that you want to go to, if we have properties in connections with developers in those areas, just drop it below and I will I'll pull the information that we have and create a video so that you can see the overview of the down payment and things like that. But make sure that you are following me because I'm going to be sharing full details of all of the properties that we have. Like I said, I'm in Playa del Carmen now, so I'll be sharing properties and tours here. Because I'm here, I will be sharing a little bit more with Playa del Carmen. We also have properties in Dominican Republic, Dubai, and Ghana. So make sure you're following me so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Let me know what questions you have. And if you are planning to move abroad, let me know where you're considering. Talk to you soon.